Black Widow is a 2021 American superhero film that is made by Marvel that is based on the character Natasha Romanoff that is on a quest between the movies Civil War and Infinity War. Following the events of Captain America's Civil War, Natasha Romanoff finds herself on a run and forced to confront a dangerous conspiracy with ties to her past, pursued by a force that will stop at nothing to bring her down. Finally, Marvel movies is back. Now we was able to watch Marvel television shows like Loki and WandaVision, but Marvel films has been pushed back due to the pandemic, especially Black Widow. And to be fair, it's understandable. But the last female Marvel film that we've seen lately was Captain Marvel, and even though that didn't do too well, it kind of fell flat in one of the worst films in the MCU franchise. And it's kind of a letdown because it was the only film that was based on females' perspectives. I'm saying that to say this. For those who had a problem with Captain Marvel and was expecting it to have a good female vision of women empowerment, I'm gonna go out and say that you guys should definitely check out Black Widow, because Black Widow, it takes everything that was wrong with Captain Marvel and fixes it in a tremendous aspect. It is full of action, it is thrilling, and it's nonstop. There are some scenes that kind of drags, but it only does that just so we can get the character development situated. It gives us enough us to be aware of the characters, but not enough us to get synchronized to the point where we begin to feel emotional weight towards them, which is fine with me. I mean, with Marvel, it's hard for you to get to that emotional loop of the character development at all. We just know about their plot, their premise, and what their threat is. Now, with Scarlett Johansson's character, I am gonna have to say, if you've known her from the Marvel franchises, she acts the same way on Black Widow. In fact, she is more ruthless. She has more tension when it comes to her combat, but I loved her character. I thought her character was very well done, and here's the thing. All the characters, we know all their premises. They all have their own films. The Hulk, Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man. Black Widow was the only one that was missing her own film. And actually, I'm going to have to say, even though this was good, it's probably one of the best origin stories of the MCU that's out there right now. And I am not making that up. She done a great job for what was given to her. And sadly, we have so many actresses and actors in this film to the point where I wasn't just trying to see it for her. I wanted to see it for other actresses as well, to see how well they'll play out. But there was some that was in the film, but at the same time, they didn't really do too much, and it's not their fault. I mean, if you're going to have so much material in the film, there's going to be some that's going to be good, and there's going to be some that's not going to do too well for what's scripted to them. Now we have Florence Poe that plays as the sister figure of Black Widow. I did not know she was in this film. I had no idea. Last time I seen her was the what's that movie called? Midsummer. I love that movie. A good daytime thriller and horror film. That's what kind of got me into her character. She played more films than that, but that was one of the best films that she has played that has won me over. I end up liking her as an actress, and I wanted to see what more she can do. Now, for her being in an action film, I'm gonna have to say this might get a little bit of a criticism, and people might not be on my side, but I think she kind of did a great job. In fact, kind of did better than Black Widow's character. When I seen her on the screen, it won me over and all of that, but I was glued to her acting and to her combat and stuff. She did a damn good job. And Florence, I'm gonna have to say this. I'm looking forward to seeing more of your action material. I did not know that you had it in you. I was very shocked to see you not only be in this film, but for you to do a great job with your stunts, with your action scenes. I was pulled in tremendously, and it's not just her, but like I mentioned, like the whole film is action packed. Like you're not gonna be bored at all. This is how Black Widow is. Now, like I said, you have all these superhero films like Captain America and all those other ones, but this one, it kind of tones down with the whole fiction aspect, and it focuses more on combat, explosions, gadgets. Picture Batman and James Bond. That's it. Batman and James Bond. Batman and James Bond had a baby. Difference is James Bond is a female, which is Scarlett Johansson's character. And there we go. Yeah. Now this is the drawback of the film. Now we have Iron Maiden, which is Milena, that is played by Rachel Weisz. I may not be saying your name right. If I'm not saying it right, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I was curious to see her character because I haven't seen her in an action movie since The Mummy. Ever since then, she has been in drama films, lesbian films. Now look, she's a good actress. She's a good actress. Whatever she plays a role on certain films, she does a damn good job. I have no problem with her character at all when it comes to her dialogue, her cinematography, and just for what is giving to us when it comes to her performances. I'm saying that to say this. My expectation was very high seeing her on this film, by her playing Iron Maiden. She kind of fell flat for me. She did good, but I wanted more of her. So, I mean, but at the same time, from what was given to us, for what we were seeing, all these actresses and all these actors and stuff, I can't really say too much because the film is not out yet. But I'm going to have to say this. If you're going to watch it for the action, if you're going to watch it if you are a fan of the MCU, and you're like on the ropes of watching Black Widow because it's not as superhero realistic as you want it to be, I'm going to have to say, take that pride away and watch this film because it's way better. If it's worth you watching it and then not watching Fast and the Furious, hell yeah, watch this movie. Why would you want to watch this? Why would you want to watch Fast and the Furious 9 over this? Seriously? Overall, this movie was fantastic. I loved it. I was surprised of how well this movie was crafted, and it pulled me back on board with the Marvel franchise again. Because the last Marvel movie I've seen was Spider-Man: Far From Home, and I didn't really like it that much. But watching Black Widow kind of won me over. I'm gonna have to give Black Widow a B-. Guys, next week this movie is gonna be in theaters and it's gonna be in digital. Now, are you on the ropes of renting it and going to the theaters to watch it? Look, I recommend you guys going to the theaters and watching this film because it's gonna be probably $30 to rent, and that's robbery in my opinion. But thank God this movie is not just owned by Disney, because from what it was given to us and from what it was shown, it's worth a it's worth a theater watch in my opinion. So when it comes out next week, definitely check it out. It is worth your view, especially if you're a fan of the MCU. Well, that's all I have to say for today. Guys, please stay tuned for more upcoming videos and reviews headed your way. And this is Hugo, your critic teacher. You guys have a good day.